Day three. Day three. Getting ready to take the boys to school. And, yeah. Come back and work on this. See if we can, get this situated to where we can, get back in the engine. Covers off. Wife's out here. Definitely gotta take all this off. They already cut all the ends off and everything, so. And I'm probably just gonna use my red one that I had. So, don't need that. We gotta get this, clean them off, get all these bolts loose, and alright, clean's off, but now we gotta take off all of this because it is not usable. And then we'll be somewhere, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this off of here. And we should get all this old shit out of the way. Next to that old shit. And then it's just really cleaning up, getting, you know, this stuff off. And down here, these guys, things that are cut. These guys. Put my own crank sensor in. Get all the old plugs off. Then put the upper planing back on. And we'll probably won't put the upper planing back on. We'll probably hook it up like this guy and get it in there the same way we got it out. And yeah, see how it goes. Yep, that's fuel line there. Made another tool, so I lost my little bottle cap I made. This is out of just a little hose clamp. All you're trying to do is push those 4 fins up out of the way. That way it can just slide off. Yeah, I'll keep this around. Smog pump, just a couple of bolts right here and right here. But smog pump's pretty easy. I said in my other video that this is reverse threaded. Meant to point to this. This is reverse threaded. This, however, is not. So we're gonna pull this off real quick. Supposed to be using a torque, but this guy fits in there just fine. We gotta swap these out and get the. We don't really need to swap them out, but we do need to drill a small hole. I'll show you what I mean. See that key right there? Not the bolt, but that key. It sits in that hole right there. Right here. And our new hole will be right here. Right there. That's where our new hole will be. And then that will actually rotate the tensioner so I can use my 102.3 inch belt. It's only a 7 groove, but I mean, it lasted me a while. And shorter belt, no smog pump. It's just useless. There's plenty of space over here now where we can do other things. Yeah, just keep blowing it going. And that's pretty much it. Everything's off and pretty much what I need to be off. I found out. Good thing I got good motor mounts on my truck. Both sides are ripped completely out. Anyway, we got to get this torque converter and this engine. But if you guys remember, the engine is seized. So that means we're going to have to drop this down, flip it over out in the grass, take off the oil pan probably, so we can get to these bolts under here so we can take off this guy. Not sure why it's seized up quite yet. I have my suspicions, but we're gonna flip it over, probably take off the rod caps and see if we can at least move the crank. Let's get this on the ground here. Let me tell you guys, it's not easy moving this engine around at all, but she's upside down. Take off this oil pan, see what's in there.
Well guys, at first glance, you know, I don't really see a whole lot. You know, bottom end looks fine, rods look fine over here. You know, until you get like right here. Oh. Oh man. Well, it looks pretty bad. I lock. There's a lane down there. There's the other end. It's underneath. So, but yeah, everything else seems pretty good. That's about it. That's the only thing wrong with the engine. Oh, I'm gonna unhook this as best I can. See if I can get some of that out. See if I can turn this engine. So looking at it a little bit more, yeah, I tried taking off this rod cap, but it's kind of on there pretty good. It's not just coming off. So I brought a hammer out here, but first, you can see the bearing right there. Pretty sure that's a rod bearing, and then there's a lot down there. Let's give it a few taps. tighten that. And I just put it over here, but I never did get that rod cap off. It just kind of came off one side and it kind of is bending. I think the other bolts welded into it. There's the other end of the other piston that's right here. I don't know where the rod cap is for this one other than way deep down there. However, I did find this one end of it. I don't know where the other end is, but got the torque converter off, so we're golden. Just got to get that bad boy in the new motor here, get it up on the lift. Boy, she's pretty. Ugh, it almost looks like a dang 12 valve being upside down like that. Anyway, but yeah, I'm get this on the lift and get the torque converter on it and get it in the truck. Okay, I had a few things come up, but I got the torque converter torqued on and motor is ready. It's just I'm by myself and it's dark out here. It's not like on my phone. I mean, it's dark, so I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, then we'll put the motor in. But just put the pan back on here. I don't know what I'll do with the engine. Take it apart piece by piece, see what's good. Pretty much everything except for the crank and a couple rod bearings turns out. So message me, hit me up if you need anything, and maybe we can make a deal, because I still need parts too. Yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight, guys. See what we can do in the morning. And just like that, it's morning. First things first is getting off these motor mounts, bushings, and the bolts down there on both sides, and leaving these ones in there, and then getting these bolts out of the back for the bell housing. Let's see. It is very cold. Just need to. Oh yeah, we gotta do the tensioner. Probably do that after we get the truck. I mean the engine in the truck. Let's see here. Everything's pretty much good to go. Hopefully that crank sensor's good. I just went ahead and left it in there. There's the plug for it. Little pump sensor. Just left it in there. The old motor. It rained last night and it's raining a little bit, but I think I put the pan back on. I guess it don't really matter at this point. So yeah, let's get this prepped real quick. This side and this side. Just 3 bolts on both sides, that's it. And as for the tensioner, you can see where I drilled mine. That's pretty much perfect where you want to go. I had to use my original tensioner because it's a little bit different than the other one, as you can see. Other than yes, you have to change the pulleys to do this, but there's a little, this guy right here on this type of tensioner, I'm thinking just a factory original tensioner will hit. So you need to go to your local AutoZone, get you an app or a different one, so you can get that key in there. You're not gonna be able to do it. It's actually lower. It's odd, but it doesn't work at all. So your AutoZone grooved pulley, just like this. Shove that right in there, and it goes right in. No problem. Very, very, very close to hitting, but the back part doesn't really even move. So you can literally go ahead and just tighten it in like this.
a lot. Right back in there. I used a 1/2 inch drill bit to make my hole. And a million turns later, it's finally in there. Space is there. Barely touching right here. Barely. Pretty much where that nipple's at. But keyway's in there. And they're good. And yeah. It's pretty. And just like that. Man, you're too cute, dude. We are going to go ahead and get it in there. Yeah, I gotta pick it up a little bit, but yeah, see how this is gonna go. So a funny thing happened. Got some massive cracks down there when I try to roll the wheels up to it. There's too much weight on the front tires, so, and I tried everything. So I spoke with my colleague. You all know him. And I'm gonna go ahead and move the truck forward a little bit. That way we can get it in there. Let's try that real quick. Obviously that worked great. Thank you, colleague. Literally my only colleague out here. Yeah, she's pretty much lined up, guys. She's looks pretty freaking cool. Just gotta get it down there. Already got the bell housing bolts and the appropriate tools that I need already down there. Got a little cardboard over there. I'm gonna slide over there.
Where are my tools? Oh, they're way back there because we moved the truck forward.
Okay, no big deal. I'll just get those. I'm gonna go inside and eat me an egg sandwich that my wife made. She makes the best sandwiches. So I'll be right back. And we're back. This show is amazing. Just gotta lift this transmission up real quick. Line it up in there with the hole. It still needs to come over a little bit, but we're getting there. Got this Superman strength. However, I don't have superpowers when it comes to dipsticks. I accidentally left the bracket in between, didn't see it, and it pushed it out, and yeah. And just like that, the transmission is mated up. I did, however, have to turn this a little bit. It just wouldn't go at first. Jiggled it, turned this just a hair, and I actually felt it through the ratchet. I felt the splines line up. Gave it another shove, checked on it, works pretty good. So now it's just, yeah. Put the bell housing bolts in. I think I'm pretty close on the motor mounts. Yeah, I can just fold those up, lower the truck a little bit, lower the, and try to get in these little holes right there. That one. Same thing on this side. She's pretty much, well, I might have to pick up the trans because there's a piece of metal hitting this guy, or pick up the motor. But yeah, when I get the other side hooked up, I'll bring up this side.
See what we can do about this guy over here. And just like that, our motor mounts are installed. Both sides, nice and tight. Transmission.
The bell housing bolts are all tight back there. As you can see, it is right up against. We're gold in there. Everything is tight, tight, tight. Motor mounts and bell housing bolts. We'll wait on the whatever you call it, the exhaust intermediate pipe hook up to the headers. We'll do that later. But now we can just do the all this harness, get these hoses hooked back up, clean them back up here. Didn't mess up the gasket at all, thank God. So let's get there real quick. And then once all your injectors are plugged in, I'm not gonna plug this in yet. I did have to take this off so I can plug in the cam sensor right there. I got the oil pressure sensor, crank sensor plugged in. Got the whole coil packs except for the this guy. All that's plugged in. Everything's prepped and ready. I got all this stuff up out of the way right here for the throttle body. This hose here and this hose here. Both of these hoses have gone in the back of the plenum. But yeah, just get these bolts out here, set it on there, tighten it down, It's very important to get all this stuff done on this side because you can't reach it once you put this on here. Unless you got some really, really small, skinny, you might need to like ask your son or your wife to go in there, you know, because you ain't gonna fit your arm in here. But yeah, I'm just gonna take all these out, get the plenum on. Oh, before I forget, I accidentally bent this bolt here. So we'll be taking it out of the other truck. I don't know how it bent, but I didn't even think it could bend. So we're not gonna use that. But yeah, let's get the plenum on now. The plenum is on. And I got the alternator on there because it's really easy. Plugged in. Gotta put the ground bolt on there. Plug this in here after I get the hose on for the upper hose for the radiator. And then it's AC pump, power steering, lower radiator hose on, and throttle body, and all that linkage, all those lines up there for that. I already got this all hooked up. This hose right here, the computer ground wire, ground for the coil packs, those two hoses back in there. Made sure my gasket's right on the money down there. Can't really tell, but you need to make sure if you do this, pay special attention to this gasket. Mine slid all the way to the back, and I had like probably 3 or 4 bolts in it before I realized it. Kind of looks like a supercharger. But yeah, just keep going. I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I'll come back out and see what I can figure out. That's pretty much all I really could figure out, which is more or less everything. Just gotta button up this upper radiator hose clamp down there. It's kind of hard to get to, but should be no problem. Throttle body's on, airbox, all that stuff. Original OG, but I'm gonna get that radiator hose on and lower radiator hose on, and power steering's all hooked up perfectly. Let's see, get some plug wires on this side. Yeah, that's about it. You know, looks a lot like an engine now, for sure. Definitely looking like a motor. So, there it is. 4 days. That's all it takes to pull the motor out and replace it. As long as you got a few simple hand tools. And in the next video, we'll see what this thing runs like. So stay tuned. And if you guys made it this far, tune in tomorrow for the first start.